And then
it's
and then I'm going to press record 1 minute, and I think we are
recording.
Are on. And then I'm going to press record 1 minute, and I think we are
Recording.
Are on. And then, okay. Let's make sure we're not getting. Press record 1 minute. And I think we are. Hold on. Are on. It's like
a delay.
We're not getting this record. Hold on, I'm going to stop for a second. It's like looping. We're not getting this record. Okay. Well, I think, how's that? I think we're on. Can you hear me, Everest?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. And it says, so thank you, everyone. That was Mercury retrograde.
Okay. Are we on? Is it working?
I think we're on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valerie?
It says recording.
Yes, I see recording and I see YouTube. I think that you've got it, Heather. Congratulations.
Oh,
we're so proud of you.
I feel so good. Well, my name's Heather. I'm grandmother Florida Mayo's daughter. My brother Everest wearing the nice denim shirt. His partner Michael, my brother-in-law. Yesterday, or just a moment ago, I said he's my favorite brother-in-law. He's my only brother-in-law. He'd still be my favorite though, Michael.
Sure.
Yes.
But anyways, we decided to kind of come on and share a little bit about what we're doing, what's happening at the path, with my mom, with grandmother Florida Mayo, a little bit about love and light, talk about some astrology and some tarot, and invite you guys to be part, to join us. We do a monthly circle where we talk about Mayan astrology and cosmology, Western astrology, and tarot. So I kind of feel like it's something different and unique. It's myself, my brother, Michael, and my mom is always there, grandmother Florida Mayo. So that's really special. And we do that every Sunday before the full moon.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just reminded, Everest, it is Friday the 13th.
Yes, it is Friday the 13th.
It's weird how none of us realized that until just like now.
No, right? I knew that.
I didn't know it was going to be a 13th.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Well,
I like it.
I like 13.
I used to go if they had like little ghost walks somewhere where I would be. Sometimes they have them over here in Idaho, in Boise at the penitentiary, the old penitentiary.
Oh, that sounds super scary.
Which I have a picture of a ghost, but I will have to share it. I'm 100% convinced because it's just this old abandoned, it's near the beautiful botanical gardens and you can listen to concerts. And I was walking and I took a picture and there you can see this faint person with like an old hat, like an old guard or something. Oh. And I have it on my film, but nobody was there. Like you look at the frame before and the frame after, and there was nothing.
Wow.
But I have but I have my own little ghost stories, you know, growing up, and it's always interesting. But I wanted to take a minute. We will make sure to include the links. We do have that astrology this Sunday at noon. It's a minimal fee. The fee actually is considered a tax deductible donation when you do the webinars through us. They go to benefit the path. So you also get, besides the handout from the webinar, and if you can't join us live, you get the recording that you can have forever. And you get another handout for donating that month. So you're kind of getting all this stuff. I feel like there's a good energy exchange between the person coming and giving their time, our time, and I feel like there's this reciprocity. Yeah. And also for those people joining us on YouTube, we're actually going to be giving a free gift. We're going to give 3 gifts, one out on Instagram, one on Facebook, and one on YouTube. And we have the less followers on YouTube. So your chance of winning is better if you're joining us here. And we actually have these beautiful, they're handmade. Our dear friend Karosh lives over there in near New Mexico, over near us in Estancia.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of our graphic designs for events or on the path. You'll kind of see they're kind of the same. And that's our graphic designer. He was also part of our workbook planner, which I'll talk about a little bit. But we're giving away one of these with a crystal skull in it. And they're all imprinted, hanging out with my mom's crystal skulls and the hearts. And, one thing that my mom says about the crystal skulls, and I think it reminds me of that death card in the astrology.
Yes.
That people are like, ooh, bad, but it's not bad. No. And this really, if you think about it, and there's a beautiful story my mom talks about, and we actually just made Crystal Skull webinar number 1 on Love and Light for free. So you can actually watch a free webinar that we did about 1.5 years ago, Mom and I, and we talk about the crystal skulls. It really is a creation story to remind us that we're connected to the cosmos and to the, that the knowledge we have is within us. And that's why it's shaped like a crystal skull. Yeah. And if you think about it, what it was is my mom says the Lord Kame came down as a shaft of light and grew into a crystal and formed himself into a crystal skull to remind everyone that we're both, connected to the cosmos and to the earth, the crystal, and that knowledge we have is inside ourselves. So that's why the crystal skulls, and a lot of people will say when they have a crystal skull that it's imprinted, it gets that good energy, so take care of it, love it. My mom loves rocks. We go on any camping trip. Yes. I feel like it's that old Desi and Lucy.
The long trailer. 100%.
That is my mom and my dad in the Airstream trailer.
Filled with rocks.
Yeah. It isn't little, because my dad's like 6'4", or she'll make you or make Brian or somebody pick up these rocks, and we'll have to look, and we will stop. My dad's, I think it's 70 feet by the time he's got the truck in the Airstream.
Yeah.
65, yeah.
She'll be like, Marshall, stop the trailer.
Stop the trailer, hold on.
Yeah, and she'll go get the rocks. So one of my favorite stories. So make sure to follow us, and Valerie's going to put the rules on YouTube on how to get one of those gifts. We're going to announce the winners tomorrow. With that being said, make sure that you check your messages so that we can get a hold of you.
Yeah.
We'll announce it. So go back to the YouTube channel. And you guys have a YouTube channel too that I'm going to make sure Valerie also includes on there.
Big Apple Mountain Tarot.
Big Apple Mountain Tarot.
And we should talk about what's coming up and a little bit of, and maybe you can pull some new cards. We might have people that just joined us, but this is going to be a new pull of cards.
So we have a big, amazing, important full moon eclipse in Scorpio on the super moon,
super blood full flower moon
on the 16th. It's going to be
in the sign of Scorpio.
It's going to be in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is going to be kind of a big emotional moment.
Yeah.
And it really kind of calls us to release all the toxins and poisons in our system.
It's a big revelation of what our darkest, deepest sort of embodiment might be. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a moment where the veil is pulled back.
Yeah.
And we see a reality. And that might be just a feeling that we have. Yeah. That we need to process and release. But
everybody's being called on to do some shadow work.
Yeah. Scorpio. It rules toxicity, sex, death, excrement. It's like the darkest, deepest, blackest poisons that are in us.
But it's a beautiful sign. My sign.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, super important. And it's just wonderful. Scorpio is really, really healing.
It's necessary for rebirth and regeneration.
Yeah, regeneration. It's really a wonderful sign. A little bit misinterpreted just by popular culture.
You get a little bad rap, but it was kind of
dark.
Right. My brother and I talk every day, and what did you tell me the other day, Everest? You're like, don't do anything, just be careful until the full moon. Don't make any abrupt decisions.
No.
Is this a feeling or a fact?
Is it a feeling or a fact? Is it a feeling or a fact? So we've got this full moon happening. We also have Mercury that went into retrograde. Mercury is in retrograde in Gemini,
which is a good place for it to be.
Yeah.
But once it moves into Taurus on the 25th, communication is going to get a lot more abrupt.
Yeah.
And people are just going to bluntly say what's on their mind. Yeah, so
be careful before you hit that send button on an email or a text message. Maybe think of the tone we're giving. I'm often guilty of not rereading my email or my text, and it can come off the wrong way.
Yeah, it's easy to come across because you can't read the inflection in the voice and how things are happening. So text can be very tricky, especially right now. So just be kind of aware.
And with the earthy sign of Taurus, it's going to be a little heavier and more blunt and just clear cut.
Be mindful to be gentle in your words.
Be gentle. And we have
use the energy of our previous Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, which should have heightened our sense of empathy for one another.
And and kind of telepathic kind of sympathies with people. The past couple months was really, really kind of murky and dreamy. I was having crazy dreams, but I also felt a lot more sympathetic and kind of empathetic towards everybody.
It felt like we were just stuck in Jello for 3 months. Just that dream where you're running, but you're not really moving far.
Yeah. It's
changing
Jello.
Changing with Aries.
Jupiter's
moved into Aries.
Just moved into Aries. Big, benefic, happy, powerful energy just moved into the first sign of the zodiac.
That's fire.
So a lot of if you're feeling a big spark of energy, that's what's going on.
You could use that energy to crystallize what you've been dreaming for the past 3 months.
Yeah.
I love that. Are you going to pull some tarot cards and and maybe you could tell people, and so every month we join and we do circle time together, Michael, Everest, my mom, and myself. It's always different. They tend to be kind of long. So if you can't be there for the whole time, you'll get the recording. But we go pretty deep. We try to answer everyone's question. A lot of times there is almost like these speed healings where people are asking a question specific to them. And we do take the time to answer and pull cards for you and offer insight. So that's really sweet. So Michael and Everest will kind of tell you how they do these cards, and let's have some fun and see what.
Well, let's start with 3, right, Ev?
Yeah, we're gonna pull 3 cards.
We'll do the 3. I'll hold up 3 and just gravitate towards one of the 3.
Yeah. So we'll have the backs facing, and then just pick the one that you kind of respond to, and we'll see what happens. We just did this on Facebook Live, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try not to look.
I'm gonna try to not look too.
Okay.
So here's 1. Okay. Here's 2. Here's 3.
All right.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I got mine.
Well, I'm not playing myself because I'm holding them. All right. So there's the 1, 2, or 3. The first one is the Lovers, right?
Yes.
Oh, I like that one.
And this is the sign of a
This is
Gemini.
Gemini.
This is Gemini.
So this is
Yeah.
Gemini. So here we go. We got the kind of these two, the female and the male energies, and then we've got this neutral angel
Angel of temperance in between the two.
in between the
Yeah.
two. And
Yeah.
so if we think about Gemini and communication,
And really flipping our perspectives to keep our minds open.
yeah,
That's what that's for.
and and allowing yourself to see like the duality of things. The Lovers is it's a really big one. It's a good card. It's
Mm-hmm.
just kind of let yourself sit with that and kind of good.
That's
For our number one
that's
people.
number one.
Okay, number two people. Aha! So here we've got
Six of Wands.
Six of Wands. We've got the returning kind of champion coming back into town
With a hero's welcome, with
Yeah.
with an audience. So whatever you've been putting out there in terms of new projects, it's getting noticed.
Yeah.
People are witnessing.
and appreciating
Yeah.
and celebrating.
Yeah.
That was my card, and that it's perfect from what we decided to do these little live things, and we didn't know how they're going to go. So I'm going to feel very positive of what we're doing.
Yeah, there you are, Heather.
The horse
And
is
I love the little horse. The horse kind of knows a secret.
the horse is like, should we tell him?
Like,
Well, we have little Isabella here, and I feel like she's looking at me like, "What are you doing?
what are you doing?
What you doing?
And then this is the third card, and this is funny. I picked this.
We picked
one.
this earlier.
and I picked this card earlier on Facebook.
Did you pick it again?
Yeah, I picked it again, and I didn't look. I was like that.
This is the card for Jupiter. This is
The Wheel of Fortune. The
expansive luck. The wheel is turning, and it represents all of the fixed signs. So we have,
Scorpio
yeah,
as the eagle.
Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo
Yes.
all together.
Mm.
Yeah, and this means standing by your power. Owning your space, not be unapologetically yourself.
Yeah, and here comes good luck.
Yeah.
Here comes good fortune.
Yeah.
Here comes like the change that.
Those were all good.
Super good. There's no bad cards.
No, there aren't.
Bad cards.
They're all good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to share, if you haven't joined us on like one of the webinars, Mike and Everest actually live at the Path,
Yes.
Mhm.
and to give, I'm just kind of going to tie everything all together.
Okay.
So my mom couldn't be with us today. My dad had heart surgery in the fall, and he is healing, had another surgery. He's on the mend, he's home. So I felt like over the last 6-8 months have been a little more inward, not doing as much. Also, it was winter time, and we were just doing a lot of family stuff. I got a new grandson, great grandson for my parents. So I wanted to say thank you to those that have emailed and given me that little cushion to not respond right away, which has been really nice. And Everest and Mike, you guys have been there for over a year now at the Path. 2 years. And during COVID, you guys were over there in the heart of, I'm going to say, the epicenter in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And moved. And my brother has always lived in a city.
Yes.
And this was like, for both of you, a big move. And what a beautiful things that you guys do at the Path. They've helped redo the wind temple. They helped Leanne with the seeds. We're having a seed share.
Mhm.
And actually, a few weeks ago, my mom, Everest, Michael, Leanne, our lead seed keeper, we're all packaging these seeds, went down to figure out what we're going to put out into the 4 directions. And our seed share, we call it the 4 sisters. The 3 sisters are really the corn, the beans, and the squash, but we added the sunflowers. And I also think that was important because we think about Ukraine. You guys, and there's pictures of Mom. Last year, Michael and Everest had this beautiful garden, and they planted a heart-shaped flower garden for Mom. And there are sunflowers, and you'll see sometimes in social media pictures of little Flor de Mayo with these big, huge sunflowers. And Everest and Mike grew those. So our seed share, we ask for a $25 donation. You could pick one or all of the seeds. You don't have to be an avid farmer, gardener.
No.
You could just want these because they're energetically come from the seed temple. You could put them on your altar. You could grow them. You could give back to us. And we're going to make sure that we have information on the seed share for you guys and how to donate. We do ask that once you do make that $25 donation, send me an email because I need your mailing address. So Michael and Everest can send you your seeds. And let me know if you want the corn, the squash, the beans, the sunflower, or all of them. And I think we have 100 packages in. There's some extra bonus surprise seeds in there, like I think the Florida Mayo beans and some other stuff that you guys kind of picked. So you might get one of those surprise little seed packages with.
Yeah, we have a really large collection in the seed temple, and Mike and I and Leanne kind of went down and really picked what we thought would be, which needed to kind of be out and be grown and needed to kind of be out in the world. And we really encourage you not to be intimidated by growing plants. It's really like a great experience, and it's fun.
It's great to talk to them.
It's really great to talk to them, and it's you don't have to have a farm. You don't have to live out in the country. You can grow plants on the windowsill. You can also give them to friends, and good for children if you've got children in your life. Like that's such a powerful memory of ours as being a kid in elementary school and growing something.
Yeah. My grandson in Hawaii, every day he says apple seeds, and he was planting with Papa Caleb, my husband, and Papa Brian, and he is so excited about what he's growing, little Hala'i. He loves his seeds, and even yesterday he's like, look at my seeds, so he's got all these little seed containers. It's it is something that you could do with the little ones, no matter the age. So we would love, obviously, it is the grassroots donors, the $10 donors, $25 monthly donors that help sustain us. And we'll make sure that that's also included on there. But I love what you guys did at the seed temple. We did have a little bit of a win.
And if you have good luck and you are able to get some new fresh seeds back to us,
that would be appreciated.
That's totally appreciated.
It'll keep our stock fresh,
and it keeps the cycle moving, and we can keep these very important plants alive and vibrant and growing. And this is like one of those fundamental human things that separated us from animals as we were developing, being able to toil in the earth and grow plants to eat and to develop, and grains. It's really
we got to think about what we're putting in our bodies, what we're growing, because that's the light, and I think that's where those genetically modified things that we're eating, animals eating and stuff, it's just not good. We've got to be mindful of.
We got to diversify our menu. Look at what's sold in the supermarket. It's like that much of what's really out there growing.
Right. And like it's amazing to eat something that you grew.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially if it's like dinosaur kale.
Yeah, dinosaur kale or pepper, like anything. It's amazing.
So, and if you have some seeds that you want to send in, we'll make sure that you have the if you go to the Path website and you just go under Seed Temple, there's a form at the bottom of how you can give back those seeds. We are trying to build up our plant medicine library. So whether they're, in addition, you've got the marijuana, which I know that you guys are growing and used for medicine, and as well as over there in Hawaii, or a family in Hawaii. And it was something that the 13 grandmothers talked a lot about, this plant medicine, whether it was sacred mushrooms, the peyote, the ayahuasca. There's all these sacred medicines that have been handed down throughout the generations. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you might be interested in doing it. But if you do have some seeds and you want them preserved, and we're trying to build up that library, we do accept seeds. But, take a look at the donation form. You just want to go on the website and under Seed Temple and just go to the bottom. And we welcome receiving those seeds. Everest and Mike are there to receive them. And Leanne comes a few times a year. And so it's a beautiful way of giving back. With that being said, we're in the month of May. We're celebrating Grandmother Flor de Mayo's 73rd birthday at the end of the month. We have a couple of fundraisers that we do. We have a little birthday fundraiser. We always have our ongoing membership program, and there's different things that you get at different levels. We named them after like the beans, the squash, the corn, and stuff like that. So you guys, whoever's a member or when you donate, you really help us sustain the path and the legacy of my mom. And I really want to say how much that meant to us over this past couple of years when it's been really hard, because normally my mom would go do events, and we just didn't stop doing that. We didn't have any more open houses. The economy and everything that's going on right now, I think it's provided difficulty for many people. So, if you're one of those people that are able to come to our webinars, or you've bought something from Love and Light or adopted a crystal skull, or even just sharing stuff on social media, you're helping that vibrancy and get the message out. And we try to present a lot of free stuff. Mom's whole YouTube channel is free, lots of prayers. You guys, what you do, lots of free stuff. On Love and Light, we have weekly blogs. Those are free too. So we'll have all the websites on. We have the Path website, the followthegoldenpath.org. We have my mom's website, the Grandmother Flor de Mayo. And then we have this other container, the Sacred Love and Light. And that's more the commercial. It's got the webinars that we've had done previously on there. We are celebrating my mom's birthday, so we do have a discount code for Love and Light. It's May 10, capital MAY, the number 10. You just do that at checkout. And maybe we can talk a little bit more about the full moon, and then I'll talk a little bit more, Everest and Mike. As we're moving into this full moon in the eclipse, I know for me, I was saying I felt really raw. And I would love to know, what are you guys going to do for the full moon? Are you going to do another like full moon bath, or what are you guys creating over there?
Yeah.
It's the bath, but I mean, we're building like crazy here, like fools.
No, we're building. So I'm so excited. So we're building this wind wall to kind of block off our area and protect us from the wind, which has been really ferocious.
Well, after 2 years, of like listening and living in the wind, you kind of snap and you're like, no more of this. Wall's going up now. It's very, it's very like clear cut.
Yeah, it is. But it really kind of feels like that Taurus, like the Scorpio Taurus kind of access. And like we're building our house from here. We're literally building our house from hand, from Adobe. And we're building, and I really kind of, in my mind, I see this courtyard that that's going to be behind this wall. Yeah. I see calm. I see peace.
I see an oasis.
An oasis.
Like a real oasis. That even if it's like the winds of Mars are outside, you could come around the wall and be like,
yes,
there's a little pond with a water, and
a beautiful, luxurious like garden to rest my soul.
And in the desert, an oasis in the desert. And if you haven't been over there to New Mexico, and we started opening back up to accept visitors. We try to just, we don't get a whole bunch of visitors at the path because it kind of is out of the way. Whether you're staying in Santa Fe or Albuquerque, you really have to make it a destination trip for the day. There's not really accommodations around close by. But if you are interested in coming to visit, you can email us at info@followthegoldenpath.org. And Everest and Michael will show you around all the temples, the Seed Temple, the Water Temple, the Earth Temple, the Wind Temple, the Temple of the Golden Child. They put up a beautiful new gate with the hand adobe and repurposed wood. That was beautiful. They have a maypole that will be ready for next May. The wind didn't.
Oh no, it's coming up in. It's coming up in a couple days. It was just a little too.
It's been like a month of solid red flag days, and it's
and it's been the smoke, the fires in the Southwest have really made an impact. We kind of talked a little bit about that, yesterday when we talked about the sacred fire, but also that other part of the fire that can be really destructive. And it's just, I think it's finding that balance, like in anything. There's the good and then
we're building for the elements. We're like, the wind has got to stop. The fire, I'm happy there's not a lot of trees around right here. It's like,
But your heart goes out to those.
So painful. It
painful.
Is. It's really painful.
It's a really rough time. You could really spin the globe and point and go, all right, there's wars, there's fires, there's
famine, there's floods.
There's inflation, there's political upheaval, but that's what you guys talked about. That's what we're going through right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's finding balance during all this and not sitting down in desperation.
And there's no victimhood. It's part of
victimhood. Right.
It's part of a process. So,
it's what we signed up for when we decided to come to this planet to learn.
To come to the School of Earth.
Yeah.
And aren't we lucky to be here with all this really intense processing?
Aren't we lucky?
The Scorpio processing. The North Node and the South Node just recently switched positions, and these are eclipse points. And so it's moved to Taurus and then to Scorpio. North Node is in Taurus, South Node Scorpio. The North Node is this karmic point where we're all kind of moving towards, and the Scorpio is where we kind of are moving away from. So if you imagine for this full moon, for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So for this full moon, there's a lot of processing our toxicity and understanding it and moving away from it. And holy moly, why not move into a place of wealth and luxury and satisfaction and
passions
and passions and sensuality and food and nurturing. Taurus is our throat and Scorpio is our
sex organs.
Yeah. And so it's this right here, how are you nurturing yourself?
Yeah.
What foods are you taking in? What are you doing?
What are you doing for your own security?
Yeah, for your own security.
Yeah,
and Taurus,
for your own stability.
Yeah, Taurus is stable and it's food on the plate.
Yeah.
What are you serving yourself?
Right.
And how are you treating your soul? And I had years ago I used to work in retail, and I had this theory that I kind of came up with, where there's 3 levels of architecture, and there's the primary level of architecture is our bodies, being that our soul is inhabiting our body, and then our secondary level of architecture, is the houses and the cars, and the third level is our kind of celestial house.
Our spiritual house.
Exactly. So you've got these levels of architecture, and if you can get them to be all harmoniously working together, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Treat your body right, exercise, eat. Also, dress well, wear clothes that you like, that fit you well. Just kind of make yourself feel good.
Well, and I talk about that a lot, that you want to be healthy physically, spiritually, emotionally, and spiritually balanced, and what does that mean for you? And what does that mean for us? And how can we do that? Especially when we're going through anything, how do we keep those boundaries on, especially when we live in an age with social media and so much kind of coming at you, how do we mindfully do that? I know recently I started going back to the gym, really more so since I had a grandson. I need to be able to hold him, and he is a heavy little boy, and so I have sandbags. I'm doing the stair stepper, and I'm getting claw shape. because his name is Kala. So,
That's cute. That's really cute.
so I can keep up with the grandkids. But yeah, I would love for you guys to join us on Sunday. Another thing that we've been doing, my mom's calendar kind of has it's a little bit less, I feel like, this past year, mindfully so. We do a Shift Network course, a circle, twice a month. We meet on the second and fourth Thursday. You can sign up at any time, even though we've been doing it since January. You get the recordings. There's a whole bunch of benefits, so we'll make sure that we include that on there. I mentioned your YouTube channel. Mom's got big, say it again, Everest.
Big Apple Mountain Tarot.
Perfect. And we'll make sure, and you guys put some long videos out there, and I know.
Oh, yeah. Some of them are getting longer, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like 20 minutes.
Once we get into it, we're getting lengthier.
Yeah. So that's a free resource. If you want a reading in your astrology with Michael and Everest, they do that as well in tarot.
Yeah, you could do a chart and a reading.
So we'll make sure that you have the email for them. Also, my mom's got her private sessions, and some people have set some up with me. I do more like the egg readings. I love doing my little egg readings. I just did like 25 for people. And then I love my little pendulum. So if you want a quick, speedy, some answers, I'll tell you yes or no. And it's usually spot on. So, and then with our Love and Light, we came up with some really good sets. And I'm going to take this minute to bridge to Love and Light, but I'm going to look at my little prosperity frog. Because this is the green one, Everest.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ooh, he's pretty.
So you'll have. So my mother, and this is while we're talking about it. So this is on our Love and Light, which is I would say it's like the retail container. I wanted to keep it separate, you know. But my mother loves prosperity frogs. She loves frogs, and over there at the path, and they should be coming soon. There are these little tiny Rio Grande chirping frogs, and they're the size of a thumbnail. And when my mom created the water temple, all of a sudden they hatched from the ground. And I guess that's what frogs can stay kind of.
It's crazy.
The rain softens up the ground and it wakes them up. So like June, July, when the monsoons start, that's when they come out.
And they're little tiny, and they're actually endangered. I know the University of New Mexico came up, and they were so like, oh my gosh, like it was a little miracle. But the prosperity frogs, my mom always says, and she always tells somebody, always make sure you have your prosperity frog, whether it's prosperity in a monetary sense, spiritual sense, or something else that you might be thinking of. Set your intention, always have it face your doorway. And so mine are
the money that comes in.
It's ready to catch the money, right?
Yeah, and feed him some money, feed him some intention, have a little bit of water for him, and take care of him like he was a living, breathing animal.
Well, yes, he's your little living, breathing money frog.
Money spirit.
It works. It really works. And once you kind of like put your energy on this one point and are constantly like thinking about it and caring for it,
it works well.
It works really well. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I love our little prosperity frogs. And then I wanted to talk about our you'll see sometimes on our posts on social media pictures of my mom carrying the little crystal skulls, and we just talked about the one we're going to give away free. My mom calls herself a crystal skull carrier. Everest has a beautiful, you and Mike have a beautiful big crystal skull. I've got crystal skulls, but they also make them like little aliens. So we've got this is Mars. We name them, they're adoptable. The suggested donations 100% tax. It's tax deductible. If proceeds benefit the path. So we have crystal skulls, little carved aliens. The other one that I love are the dragons. This is Flynn.
Oh,
cute. Okay, that's really
I like
cute.
that.
That's really cute.
And my mother loves dragons. You'll see her a lot of times. My other aunt Esperanza, she must be like 85 now, right?
Yeah.
She makes my mom's clothing. My mom will go look at material, and she has a whole bunch of dragon material, and we're convinced, all of us, there are little dragons living cosmically at the path.
Yes.
They're here.
Yeah. So this is Flynn, and he's up for adoption. And we give a certificate, like a birth certificate. That was mom's idea. And then how to take care of them and stuff. And you might be like my mom. I know she's been known to sleep with her crystal skulls. So
Yeah.
and there's little tiny ones. There's like we have like a bunch of different crystal stuff, like whether the little eggs, the tiger's eye. We talk about the composition. So go to Love and Light, take a look. We do a lot of, like, since we're into seeds, we do the seed jewelry, which I'm wearing the little velvet seeds from Hawaii, and I love them. So we try to be mindful of what we have in the little store and set up little gift sets. I have a little fawn. Oh my God, you're gonna love this, Everest. Look at her. Like a little duende.
Oh, that's super cute. I love that.
Oh my
God.
God.
Really cute.
And she's got little antlers. So we try to think of fun things to put on your altar or outside, because I know you guys do such a good job in your garden. You have like little animals or trolls or beautiful rocks out there.
Yes. And now there's a snail. I have like a big ceramic snail. I just
found a snail,
which I'm very excited about.
Yeah. So when you come visit the path, you can see. But I love going over there to see what you guys have done with the garden, and it's like a little treasure hunt, because you go around the corner and there's something else there with the plants. And I look at me, I'm all excited, but I'll be there in July with all the family. And then
it'll be fully blooming when you come over. It's gonna be great.
And then we do, and these were, you can see it a little bit better. There's the Mother Earth. And I love her. So there's a couple different colors, and then we do hand packaged teas and stuff. So we've set up some gift sets. We have smudge sticks, jewelry. We have everything that kind of my mom likes.
Yeah.
Anything that she would want, it's in there.
Yes.
And so we really appreciate that support. And on there, if you go, there's a blog section. Every week we have a free blog. So take a look at those. We also have some older webinars. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, Crystal Skull 1 is free. You just go to the Love and Light website, scroll down, press play, and you get to enjoy an hour and a half video with mom talking about crystal skulls. So that might interest you. Trying to think if I missed anything else.
I think you got it all, Ev.
I think you did.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys do. Are you gonna do another pull or tarots or?
Let's do 4.
Let's do
as
one
we close.
Each.
Yeah, so we'll do
a pull for each element.
Yeah, for each element.
Card for fire, for earth,
air,
for air and water.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
For fire.
Okay. So for fire, so this is for Aries and Leo
and Sagittarius.
We have 10 of Cups.
Yeah.
We have this.
So that's a completion of a cycle. 10s are always completions. You got 10 cups, and it looks all great by all appearances, but this card could mean performing happiness for the public. It could be something that's a little bit artificial, right?
Yeah.
Everest.
Yeah, perhaps, like sometimes this happens. Perhaps you're in a family setting or in a social setting, and you have to kind of perform.
When people ask you how you're doing, what do you say?
I'm great.
We're great.
I'm great. I'm great.
I'm fine.
But it might be because you've kind of gotten to a point of emotional, like you've succeeded in emotional completion, and so there's kind of something else coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a need for a new challenge.
Yeah, there's a new challenge.
You
This
look
is it.
after that.
Okay, there's a new emotional challenge coming in that's
Yeah.
been kind of completed. The cycle is over, and there's
Mhm.
something new coming in. So
Mhm.
there might be a performance of happiness happening because of that.
Okay, so now Taurus,
Now, Earth,
Earth, Taurus,
Taurus,
Virgo,
Virgo,
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
That is okay.
All right, interesting. Okay, so we've got this fellow here in a boat with his family.
Mm-hmm. Six of Swords.
Six
right?
of Swords,
Yeah.
and swords are thoughts.
Thoughts.
So this person is taking his thoughts and his family.
And water's emotion. So your thoughts above the waters, shoving off for a new horizon.
A new horizon. Going to better lands. I love this card. This one's a really
Well, that's an eclipse card. If you.
This is an eclipse card. It's like time to go. See ya.
Yeah.
So now we have air,
Air,
Gemini,
Aquarius, and
Libra.
Okay, talking in a circle.
The five of wands. Yes, roundabout sort of talking in a circle, sort of like, spinning your wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like retrograde.
Yeah, it's kind of like that retrograde. Like all these
It's a
guys.
lot of energy for a little return. It almost looks play too, like play.
Yeah, this is kind of playful.
This isn't warlike
No.
energy.
Yeah.
This is more like we're spinning our wheels, we're talking in circles, we're exploring.
Exploring ideas.
Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius. I do this a lot. I'll just kind of like go over options and talk about things.
And I'll roll my eyes.
And Mike will be like,
And
no.
try to get him to stop.
No, stop it. But what if we do this?
What sign is? So it's Aquarius and who else?
Libra.
And
Gemini. Your mom.
So this is also
Mom.
And Brian.
Yeah. And Brian.
And Brian.
So like me and Brian have been like talking like in circles.
And I'm just like walking out. No, I'm gonna dig.
But what if we do that? What if we do this?
No. Enough talk.
What if I get a van? Wait, no. What if I get a car? What if we do this? What if we do that?
Michael, I'm glad you're there.
I know, me
it's
too.
So good. It's so good. It's so good.
And air, water.
Water. The last one's water.
Me.
So this is Pisces,
Cancer.
Scorpio, and Cancer.
That's the best message we could get, right?
There you go, Heather.
For
Temperance.
Scorpios, temperance. A foot on the land and a foot in the water, and balancing. And we're not here to do anything but be. And
Yes.
that's it.
This is
That's
so
really
me
hard.
right now.
Yeah.
There you go, Heather.
It's really hard to just be.
Yeah.
My foot on land is on the mainland, and my other foot in the water is over there in Hawaii with the grandkids.
And you're mixing the cosmic waters.
You're balancing.
You're finding balance here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Setting a goal and an intention.
And see, there's the goal right here. You got the path.
Yeah.
And it's leading towards a new place.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We have our cards for all of our people here.
Yeah.
So water, air, earth and fire.
Yeah, I relate to this fire card.
Yeah.
All right.
Those were spot on, but they always are. So.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, yes, tarots.
They're always relevant.
It's always on.
Yeah.
My interpretation might be a little funny, but they're always right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
And generally, we know the answers too, and it's just the confirmation of the answer, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Bingo.
But I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone that follows my mom, Grandmother Florida Maya, that joins us on Sundays, shares our messages, shares stuff on social media, is a monthly supporter, or whether you are going to adopt some seeds and bring them to your community, just setting that intention. We really appreciate everyone, and it's really helped us out. So I just really want to say thank you so much. And thank you, Everest and Mike, for taking care of everything over there in New Mexico, because I'm in Idaho and I just got back from Hawaii. So it really is a family centric little,
It is.
You know, we have a bunch of volunteers, Jessica that helps us, Valerie, Emily, Karosh, and stuff like that. So it is a little group effort of people that really, you know, have, yeah, and I did want to talk about the workbook. Our workbook ends April 30th.
Yeah.
And it's this beautiful spiritual planner book, talks about planets, moons, Mayan cosmology, tones, day lords, the energy of the day, labor of love. And I'm going to take the responsibility because my section is not done. And printing costs have gone up. So bear with me. I'm hoping this weekend, but we might be a little late. So if you purchased a planner or workbook, we're going to get you guys probably electronically the first month, and think of what the best way is economically for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But plan on 2023. We're definitely going to have something, but we're not going to forget about the rest of 2022.
No.
So we're going to come up with something, also being mindful, you know, everything's gone up in costs. So
the moving target, trying to like pin it down.
Yeah.
You know, companies are also closing, and
we are coming up with something. What that something is, I can't tell you right now because I'm going to finish my part. I really was in grandma mode. And so thank you so much to everyone. And we really love and appreciate everyone. This was our first YouTube live. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see how this goes. And to whoever is going to win the free gift, thanks for tuning in and following YouTube, because what a beautiful little gift you're going to get.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. And make sure to follow my brother's YouTube channel,
yes.
Big Apple Mountain Tarot.
Big Apple Mountain Tarot.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
All right. We love you guys. Have a beautiful today.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you guys on Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.